So our story begins here in the humble hamlet of Queens. I am your host, Dr. Brian Gantz. Not really a doctor, but a doctor nonetheless. A doctor of life. Now I'd like to tell you a rambling and odd story that begins in 19 way before my grandfather was even born upon this great land. Now, back in those days, people couldn't even afford a halfpenny, and a halfpenny doesn't even exist in this day and age, so you can imagine just how poor people really were. So, people used to use all sorts of things to amuse themselves, It's freaking, you gotta have some fun in your life. So, people used the toboggan down hills using garbage pail lids, and ultimately people would get hurt, but fun would be had. And the people that were getting hurt, well, they just didn't really watch out for themselves very well, now did they? Now, getting back to Theodore Roosevelt, because Theodore Roosevelt plays a fine part in this story. Now, Theodore Roosevelt was a man of action, and he believed that all of this sliding down hills and random bits of garbage and garbage cans wasn't a bad thing, which is why he decided to introduce the Great Depression. The Great Depression distracted greatly everybody, but of course brought upon us the one thing that drives in the American economy along is that the need for employment and the need for people wanting to be employed. So thusly, this is how this sort of chicanery was defeated, and ultimately led to the creation of the ice pick and the icebox. Not in that order, for some strange reason. In any case, this has been your snippet of history with Brian Gantz. Professor Brian Gantz. Did I say I was a doctor? I'm also a doctor, but mostly a professor. I'd say that's closer to the truth. Anyway, signing off, Internet. Have a great night, and remember, the more you know.